How do grayscale values affect Photoshop blend modes? Imagine you're painting with light and shadow, but instead of brushes, you're using digital layers. Understanding how grayscale values influence blend modes can really change how you work in Photoshop. Let's explore how these brightness levels shape your artwork. Grayscale values are simply the shades from black to white, representing darkness to lightness. They range from 0% black to 100% white. When you work with layers in Photoshop, these values determine how the pixels combine through different blend modes. Think of black as no light and white as full brightness. Take the blend mode called multiply. It darkens your image by multiplying the grayscale values of the top layer with those underneath. If the blend layer is black, it keeps the base layer unchanged because black times anything stays black. If the blend layer is white, it leaves the base layer as it is. Midtones, like 50% gray, darken the image proportionally. This makes multiply perfect for adding shadows or shading without changing your colors. Now consider the screen mode. It does the opposite of multiply. It lightens the image by inverting the grayscale values, multiplying, and then inverting back. White in the blend layer keeps the image bright, while black leaves it unchanged. Midtones in screen lighten the image, making it great for highlights or glowing effects. Overlay is a bit more complex. It combines multiply and screen depending on the grayscale value of the blend layer. If the value is darker than 50% gray, it darkens the base layer like multiply. If it's lighter, it lightens like screen. 50% gray acts as a neutral point, leaving the base unchanged. Artists often use overlay to add contrast and depth without losing details. Soft light and hard light are variations of overlay. Soft light produces subtle shading, responding gently to midtones. Hard light is more intense, blending multiply and screen but often needing lower opacity to avoid harsh effects. These modes are handy for creating natural lighting or dramatic highlights. Difference and exclusion modes use grayscale values to calculate the difference between pixels. White inverts the colors, black leaves them as they are, and midtones produce unique effects. These are often used for creative effects or aligning images. Modes like luminosity, saturation, hue, and color separate brightness from color information. Luminosity affects only the grayscale brightness, keeping colors intact. Saturation mode applies the saturation from the blend layer but keeps the brightness and hue of the base. When the blend layer is grayscale, it mainly influences brightness, leaving saturation and hue unchanged. In digital art, understanding how grayscale values influence these modes helps you control shading, lighting, and color effects precisely. For example, using a grayscale shading layer with multiply allows shadows to deepen without affecting your colors. Overlay and soft light respond dynamically to midtones, adding contrast and texture. Adjusting brightness with luminosity layers keeps your color palette consistent while fine-tuning light and shadow. Knowing that 50% gray acts as a neutral point in many blend modes helps you predict how your midtones will behave. This understanding makes your workflow smoother and your effects more predictable. When you master how grayscale brightness interacts with blend modes, you gain a powerful tool for creating depth, mood, and atmosphere in your digital illustrations.